So here we go. We've talked about it before. When you have a face card and a one gap in the straight flush, hold for the straight flush, not the face card. That's the key to bonus poker, is two pairs. It's not the sexiest hand in the deck, but it'll allow you to preserve your bankroll or to build the bankroll. And ultimately, because of it, you'll hit a lot of royals. Here we go with that situation again. We have two gaps in the straight flush between the 3 and the 6, or even the 2 and the 5. In this case, we're going to hold the face card. Two gaps, no good. We pair again. 3 of a kind, you can build off of that. Another 3 of a kind, followed by 2 pair. There you go with the 2 pairs again. 2 pairs again. One thing that makes a bonus poker player very frustrated is when he's watching double-double bonus players or triple-double bonus players. They keep hitting frequently the 2-pair hand, and they're just breaking even with it. And since that happens with jacks or better at the bottom of the pay table and the 2-pair, they really have no way to preserve their bankroll, and you'll watch that thing sink very quickly. So you really got to have a lot of bankroll to handle those games. Not so with bonus poker, specifically because of the 2-pair feature. It's a great game because of it. And I'm not saying don't play double-double bonus or triple-double bonus. It's just that you have to have a larger bankroll to fade that kind of action. And if the game's beating you up for a little bit, then you may want to retreat back to bonus poker for a while, build up some bankroll, and then go ahead and hit those games a second time. Two pair may be boring, but it sure keeps you in the game long enough to hit some good stuff. And don't get me wrong, my best friends in the game are all triple-double bonus players, double-double bonus players. They have the bankrolls that can handle that kind of thing. They're really good at the game. There's a lot of thrills, a lot of fun and excitement watching them play. So, you know, I'm probably the boring player in the group. But, you know, for those of you out there that are probably really frustrated, things haven't been going well, maybe you're in a slump, then I would retreat to bonus poker like I mentioned before. Stick with it for a while, just stay off of those other games, give it a chance, and you'll probably find that you can build up quite a bankroll. Then if you want to go back and into those games again with your bigger bankroll that you got off of bonus poker, then have at it, have fun. That's what it's all about. We all have a great time at it. So here you go with an incorrect hold on the 2-gap straight flush. I wasn't paying attention. If that 3 were a 4, then that's 1 gap, you could hold it. If the 7 were a 5, that's 1 gap, you can hold it. Always hold the high card when you have 2 gaps. So that was nice, the flush just rolling out like it did. And keep in mind, we're still playing off that original $100 bill. The 4 aces got us up to $232, and we're back down to around the $100 range, so we're still breaking even here. And we're just going to keep riding this $100 bill and see what we can do with it. It's really nice to be able to have a session with a long preserved bankroll and not have to dig into your own wallet too often. There's a nice flush. Well, it's about time we got a full house. This hasn't really been the best of sessions as far as hitting great hands, but I'm surprised on how long we've been able to go off of that single $100 bill, especially being on the $2 mode, $10 a bet, and we're hanging in there, so it's pretty steady. And let me just say, as I mentioned earlier about bonus poker players being frustrated watching other players, by the same token, triple-double bonus players, double-double bonus players get really frustrated watching a bonus poker player hit the 2s, 3s, and 4s with kickers and the aces with kickers and not getting that big bonus for it. So it does go both ways. And, you know, we all have different risk tolerances, different bankroll requirements. We're just going out to have fun, get some thrills, just have a good time. So, you know, I get it. Being a bonus poker player, you have a lot of grind out sessions. There's not a lot of activity going on sometimes. And, you know, you just want to get out and have fun. So, you know, to each his own. It's one way or the other. You're going out for some thrills, or maybe you're going out there going to grind out a session and maybe get lucky and hit a royal or something like that. So to each his own. Everyone just go out and have a good time. This $2 coin level should have devoured me by now, and I'm still right around the $100 mark. So we're just going to keep pounding it out, see how it goes. It is kind of nice, though, to be playing as long as I have on this $100 bill, even if it goes down the tubes, which I expect it to because I'm really pushing it with the $2 coin level here. Got a lot of mileage out of it, probably got decent comps out of it, which reminds me, the way the comp systems are going across Las Vegas right now with the cutbacks, I'm not even sure we're getting great comps anymore, and I've heard a lot of discussions out there from everybody around griping about how they've cut way back, and that's a real shame. Well, we're still floating around just under the $200 level back and forth. But if you run into a series of bad hands, it can go pretty quickly on this game at $2 coin level. Whoa, full house. That popped us up to about 250, so that's been far and few between tonight. one of the things about pushing it the way I am right here on a very low bankroll with a high coin denomination relative to that bankroll is you're really relying on getting a straight flush or a quad or something to keep you in the game, or a whole bunch of full houses. And if those things don't happen, then it's usually just a slow grind all the way down to the bottom. But I'm just pushing it to see how far we can get with this thing. So far it's been going pretty good, as all things considered. And no doubt the two pairs have been keeping us hanging on by our fingernails here. We're still hovering around $200, so you know the aces boosted us up to 200. We're still hanging at 200, but you know, you start missing a couple of hands and you're down to 100 again, which is what we started with. And then we're bouncing back up to 200, down to 100, back up to 200. So not a lot of excitement there, that's for sure, but we are hanging on. Man, a flush right there would have been really helpful. It really is a mundane session here, but sometimes that's just the way it is. You just got to keep grinding it out. I mean, actually, we're taking shots at $8,000 royals with every fresh draw. So I like to look at it that way. Very low bankroll, relatively high denomination, and we have access to an $8,000 royal at any time. So we're just waiting for something like that to happen. And we really need it too, because we're just hanging on by the skin of our teeth. Just missed a 10 on the other end over there. No good. And you see how pitifully low we are on the bankroll here, so this is desperation time now. So that was a 2-gap straight flush right there. We hold the high card. So we got this bankroll down to $5 right now. We're on a 50-cent coin denomination, which is ridiculous, but the thing is very resilient, I'll give it that. So here we are hanging on the edge of the cliff, ready to drop into the abyss. Yeah, we got a flush out of it, so that kind of pulled us out a little bit, but you know, this is crazy. 3 of a kind, all right. Here you go. Yep, getting ready to fall off the mountain here. This bonus poker is not giving up. Sometimes losing's just as fun as winning. Don't quote me on that one. There you go. I missed a 10 again. I must have my left eye closed or something. Oh, missed a flush there. But that was the right hold, you know, for the royal flush there. So there you go. We bottomed out. But what a ride.